Here's another fun piece of ephemera. It's been a whole week since we started our 30-day ephemera challenge. Day 7. You can use paper pad papers or digitals. I love this project. I hope you enjoy it too. Let's go. Hi, Best Buds. It's Cathy with Cathy's Garden, and I'm so happy that you've joined me today. We're going to be using some paper pad papers today. I have my paper cut into strips. 2 of my strips are 4 inches tall. This one is 3.5 inches tall. The height of your strip will determine how tall your piece of ephemera will turn out to be. And the length of your paper will determine the width of your piece of ephemera. The finished width of your piece of ephemera when we get done folding all of this. These are all the same length, which is 12 inches. This will be 4 inches width finished once we fold it. So if you don't want a piece of ephemera to be 4 inches wide, you'll want to shorten your length and not use a 12 by 12 inch paper pad. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to cut this shorter. Actually, I will cut all 3 shorter just to show you how you can get different sizes. This one's 12 inches. This one's also 12 inches, but let's go ahead and let's take an inch off. And let's take 2 inches off of this one. Now our strips are in different lengths, so our finished piece of ephemera will be different widths as well. Let's take the largest one first. Now you can use double-sided paper if you want. This is not double-sided paper, so it will work perfectly fine. I want my botanicals to be right side up, so I'm going to turn my paper like this. And I'm going to fold this over 4 inches and give it a crease. And then we're going to fold this over. It's not going to be quite 4 inches, but that's okay. And give that a crease. So now it's like this. Let's fold this one. Fold this one over 3.5, and then fold this one over. It's not quite 3.5, but it will be fine. And then this one, you can also kind of roll it to kind of get the idea since you have different size widths. And let's see, what is that? That's about 3.5 inches wide. So that's 3.5. And then take this piece and fold it over like this. Now we should have 3 different size pieces. Yes, we do. The smallest, the medium one, and then the big one. Now right here, we've got an open piece right here in the very front. Depending on which way you want your slant pocket to be, you can fold it over this way, or you can turn it around and you can fold it over this way. So your tuck spot's either going to be on the left or your tuck spot will be on the right. So you can turn it around if you have pattern paper like this. This one, because I want to keep my botanicals going the right way, meaning this is where they go into the ground, then I'm going to fold mine this way on this one. You take the corner. I'll highlight this so you can see just a little better. We'll take this corner and we'll go straight down where that fold is. Not right on the fold, just close, and give it a crease. Now you can fold it back and you'll look like this. Oh my gosh, that almost matched up perfectly. That's kind of funny. Okay. So with this one, let's do it the other way. So my fold is open this way. And there's my fold. I highlighted it. And we'll just fold this paper right like this and give it a crease. So it's opposite of this one. This is my opening, and this is my opening. There's no difference in any of the height of any of these, but the width is definitely a lot smaller on this blue one, and then a lot smaller on this green one. I'm going to go ahead and fold this one over. I like to put a little notch on this piece right here. So it's folded like this, you open it up, and it's this piece that folds out that way. I'm going to mark the center with just a pencil mark. I'm going to do the same thing to this one. So it's the next page after this folded page. Make a mark. I have my 1-inch hole punch. And I'm just going to punch out. Well, I should have backed it. I'm going to bring a piece of cardstock because I should have known better. I started to try to punch a notch out and it was binding because it's such a thin piece of paper. There, that's what I needed. So you want your punch. Now, if you don't like the way this looks, take one of your strips of cardstock, actually this one, you could take this strip right here. I'm going to trim that. I'm going to trim it just a little shorter, and I can glue this right here on the back. So now when I fold this up, it's covered and it's not stark white, although it's pretty white for the ones that the paper that I chose, it's pretty white. I'm going to choose a different paper. Here, let's use this one. This is a green too. So I'm just going to get a scrap. And you're putting it on the back piece, basically. You're going to glue it to the back piece. So it's going to be like that. And then that way, it's not stark white. So I'm going to glue this down right here. Taking this little piece, I'm going to glue this piece right here. And then on this blue one, I want to take the notch out right there. So I'll just have to place my little scrap piece in here so that my punch will punch cleanly. I have this. I'm in my scrap bin, and I'm just kind of digging in here, seeing what I have that I can cover the back portion of my piece so that it will look like it's double-sided. That is gorgeous. I think that would be beautiful. Or maybe just something simple like this. I really like this. Oh, yes, that's pretty. Now you could use book page. That would work well if you have lots of extra book page. And I want something to go back. Oh, I haven't even punched my little notch out yet. Now I can see what might look good. This green might be what I want. Yes, I'd like that green in this one. You don't have to go all the way down to the bottom unless you want to. Just enough to cover that little notch, really, basically. Now let's glue our little flaps down. It's time to ink our pieces up if that's the look you like. And if you like to sew your pieces of ephemera, you can take it to your machine now, open it up, and sew along the slant and the top, and then put it back together, and you can sew the bottom. Here are my 4 little slant pockets. Now this one I did not sew, and it's just as beautiful as the one that I did sew. I love these. You can glue them onto a page completely. You could put them on a hinge. You could glue them down on 2 sides and use another tuck spot back behind, and then you would have 3 tuck spots. You can use pre-made journaling cards and slip them into the slant pocket, or you could make your own. I think I would like to make my own for this project. I have pre-cut some coffee-dyed cardstock. This is for the smaller little piece of ephemera, and it fits right in like this. Now I'm going to round the corners and I'm going to coffee dye the edges. I'll do that for each set of my little pieces of ephemera. This one here, I have already gone ahead and I have made my journaling cards out of some scrap paper. Here are my tags that I've made for my piece of ephemera. I decided to put a tab on my tags that match the paper in which I made the piece of ephemera out of. And I put this tag on the side. It's more like a side tuck, or you could make yours go up and down. It's a personal preference. However you want your tag to fit will be perfect. Now it's time to do a little decorating. It doesn't have to be much. This one I decorated with a little lace and a sewing trim flower. I love how my pre-made tags have turned out. For this one, I used some paper pad paper for my tags. They're the same on either side, and you can easily journal on this print. I love the side loading pocket, a little fussy cut, and a bow. You can have simple decorations become quite elegant. A strand of flat back pearls and a label. A butterfly and a doily. As you can see, you can make them all different sizes, perfect for your junk journals. Glue them down completely on a page, put a hinge on them and flip them out, or glue them down on two sides and use that for another tuck spot. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.